Howdy, y'all. I wanted to have a chat with you guys, and I thought, why not go outside to do it? It's such a lovely day. So, make sure we don't have any escapees. There we go. Oh, it's bright, it's bright. So it's been a while since I had a little ramble, little morning ramble. It's kind of late in the morning, but we can still ramble. Um, So a lot's been going on. You may have noticed I'm not really been around on YouTube too much. I've tried to answer if you've commented. I've tried to at least give you a little symbol or a little emoji or something to answer. But yeah, stuff has been busy. Um, well, I just don't even know where to start. I guess I'll start with giving blood. So I went to town the other day and the blood mobile was out there. And I love to always donate blood, and I haven't in years. And the reason I say I love to, because that kind of sounds weird, doesn't it? I love to donate blood. But the reason I say that is when I worked at the nursing home, I often did donate blood. And the thing that always gets me is, did you know that as little as 2 tablespoons of blood can save a baby's life? And of course, Forrest he was a preemie. So, I always think about that. And I always think he didn't need blood or blood components or anything, but many babies do. And not just babies. Lots of people need blood and blood component. I think it's like 30,000 Americans a day need blood or blood components. So I want to give blood. I'm O positive. I'm a universal donor. So I always want to give blood, but the little baby thing always gets me. It's like, yeah, I've got to give blood, to help out the babies. But so I went into the blood mobile and had a really nice nurse, and she took my blood pressure, and it was sky high. I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to tell you what it was. It was sky high, and so she said, "Oh my goodness." I said, "Well, it's super hot. I run high anyway. Super hot. I've been running around. I've been all over Texarkana that day, and it was close to 100 degrees, and I said, let me just sit here for a few minutes. She said, oh, that's fine. And she turned the air conditioning up. She gave me a bottle of cold water to drink. And I sit there and thought relaxing, stress free thoughts, but it didn't work. The um, pressure cup that she was using on me, I can't say that word right. Spirometer, the blood pressure cup. My pressure was so high, it wasn't registering. It was having to keep on pumping it up again and again because the diastolic number was so high. And anyway, I got kind of like hickey marks up my arm from it being so tight and them having to do it over and over again. And the second reading wasn't any better than the first. And so I was denied donating blood for the first time in my life. I've always been a happy, healthy donor. So that upset me and worried me. And my blood pressure was freaky high. They gave me a shirt anyway, bless them. And so I told them that, uh, you know, she suggested that I see my doctor, of course. And I told them that I would, and possibly I could catch him another time. But, you know, that was a real wake up call for me. It upset me more than I really care to admit. So I decided to go to the doctor. And this is a very big decision for me. I haven't been to a doctor in over 15 years. And that was because I was having a miscarriage. I just don't go to the doctor. I don't like it. I don't want to go to the doctor. And I don't want to be on medication all the time. So I never go. I know that's bad. And I would like recommend against that for anybody else. But I don't know. I don't like going to the doctor. And I I knew I had high blood pressure. I've had high blood pressure ever since I had my son. He's 26. So I have not been on blood pressure medicine in all of that time, even though I've had uncontrolled high blood pressure for all of that time, but it's never been like this. And I lost weight and I quit smoking cigarettes and still it's sky high. So I called around trying to find a doctor that is taking new patients. For one, nobody's taking new patients. And for two, I don't want one that's 100 miles away. I wanted one that was relatively close. And so it took me a while to find one, but I did find one. I found a doctor less than half an hour from me, and I am going tomorrow. My appointment comes up tomorrow. So there's that. Um, it's been like a big deal for me to say, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor, because when I get there, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to say, I'm overweight and I have high blood pressure, and I know that they're going to tell me to lose weight, which, yo, I'm trying. And so he's also a weight loss doctor, so I may see him about something like that, but it's not the weight that bothers me, because even when I weighed 130, 140 pounds, I still had high blood pressure. So I'm not super worried about losing weight. I'm worried about my blood pressure being so high. I've had a few hot flashes. Those were crazy intense. They should have a better word for that instead of hot flash. Like, I don't know, hell. Yeah, like the seventh stage of hell would be a better term. And I was over at Virginia's when I had a hot flash, and she was like, "Oh, baby, you having a hot flash, aren't you?" I said, "Oh, yes." And she was like, "Oh, I remember them." And she was telling me how Les had them first, and she was telling her about it. And she was like, "Oh, Virginia, you're going to hate it. They're so, so bad." And she said she didn't think they was going to be that bad. And then when she first had one, she was like, "Oh, my God, Les was right. They're terrible." And they are. They are terrible. So, uh, there's all of that going on. So I'm going to have to go to the doctor. I know he's going to put me on blood pressure medicine. I know he's going to put me on some kind of like um, diuretic or Lasix or something to get some of this swelling off of me. Also, another thing that's going on is I'm taking you back here. Back, you can see let's back up here. There's the great bed. We're back here. This is the edge of the yard that we keep. And we don't, and here's the little compost pile that we put all our yard clippings and stuff on. But we were looking around and we realized that before we can really get them to come and bring the internet, we had to clean up this whole area behind me, because that telephone pole or electric pole or whatever you want to call it was totally covered with brush. And you see, it's got a tree there beside it. That tree has to be cut down. We had to clean all this area. That line has to be cleared. So, yeah, we were putting off. Oh, sorry about my hand. We're putting off calling them until we get this electric pole completely cleaned up and ready to go. You can see there's a big tree here that has to go. There were several other trees and things, and so we had to clean that all up, and then we're going to call them after we get everything ready for them, because I don't know if it's technically our job to do that, like if it's our responsibility to clean out from around. But you couldn't access that power pole. I didn't even really realize it. I mean, that is on our property, but it's not in the part of the yard that we maintain, like up here. And I thought they would be needing to access this power pole right here that we have our light on. But Slim thought maybe they might need access to the other one. So we've been cleaning that, and you can see I've got there's a lot of brush that we pulled out from there, and there's more brush all around. So that's what's been going on with me, and I just wanted to let you guys know why I haven't really been around, and what's been going on is I guess I'm going to have to just break down and go to the doctor and get on high blood pressure medicine. And so I made that appointment, and now I'm all nervous, and I don't want to go, and I don't want to be on daily meds like that. But I've been feeling really bad, and I've been having headaches, lots of headaches, daily headaches for well over a month. I know it's my blood pressure. I'm having vision disturbances and stuff, and I've had terrible blood pressure when I was pregnant. I had preeclampsia toxemia, and I was in the hospital for over 40 days. And then when he was born, he was in children's. He was fine. I was the one. I was just pregnancy intolerant. It just makes me totally toxic. And after that, my blood pressure was never good again, but it was never like this. It was always high, like borderline hypertension. Sometimes I would be classified as like hypertension, but usually it's like borderline. But the last few times I've had it taken, it was really high. And then being refused to give blood was, well, like I said, it was a wake up call. I, I, I have to do something about it. So this last week, I've been trying to chill. I mean, I've helped Slim outside a little bit. When it's cool in the evenings, I'll drag some brush or something, but I've not been doing a whole lot of extra work. I've just been kind of chilling and relaxing and trying to just, I don't know, take care of myself till it's time for my appointment, because that high blood pressure was freaking me out. And I know the signs of dangerously high blood pressure. I mean, I was a nurse for years. We're the worst patients, except maybe doctors. You can't get a nurse to do anything. A nurse is a terrible patient, and I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I know I've had the hearing and the vision disturbances and the headaches, and I know what it is. So tomorrow I go to the doctor, and I'm almost positive he's going to put me on some kind of medicine for hypertension, and possibly a Lasix, and possibly a potassium supplement. I wish I could just order what I think I need. See, that's why people in the medical field are terrible patients, because we're like, "Oh, I know what's best for me. I should just tell the doctor, and I'm going to try my best not to tell the doctor what to do. Oh, cuz I'm terrible about that." And I say I'm terrible about that, but I haven't seen a damn doctor in years, so whatever. But so I'm going. I'm going tomorrow. Maybe I'll make a little Jeep vlog on the way to y'all can keep me company. Um, okay, so clearing out for the fiber network. That's one thing. That's what my husband's been doing. He's also been making that walking stick, which is really cool. I've been really enjoying watching him make that. I've been working on pillows and the blanket, some, but not a whole lot. I had my friend Carrie come by, and she stayed the night. We had a good visit. Not last night, but this week. And, I haven't been doing great on my diet. On the weekends, I've just been eating like regular food. Me and my husband will go out, or, we'll be out at town and stuff, and I'll just make bad choices. Um, I did good. Sometimes I don't. Like, I'll do good and I'll order like a grilled chicken salad or something when we go out to eat. Like when I went out with Forrest, I ordered a grilled chicken salad, and it was fine and everything. And I haven't been drinking Cokes or anything like that, but it's just so disappointing to diet and be really strict and not lose weight. At least when I have a piece of bread or a potato or something from time to time, I can feel like, well, that's the reason I'm not losing weight. Because, like with Carrie, she started doing like kind of a low carby thing. Not really. She just quit eating breakfast, started eating a salad for lunch, and she's lost 20 pounds. And I cut out all sugar, cut carbs down to almost nothing. I'm fasting most of the day, doing one meal a day a lot of the time. and I cannot lose weight. It is so frustrating. So when I'm frustrated like that, I often make bad food choices. Also, if I let myself get hungry, like I'm out and about and I'm hungry, I will make a bad food choice. And I love Coca-Cola and often want a Coke. I'm pretty good at not getting one, but if I mess around and get one, it's so delicious to me, I'll get another one, within a day or two. So it's best to just not, but sometimes I do. So my diet's not been going great because I've not been sticking to it. Maybe I can get some better medical advice. I've not consulted a doctor about what would be the best kind of diet for me or what I should do. All I know is I don't want a bunch of damn diet pills. And surely, if I come there because I have high blood pressure, he won't prescribe me diet pills. Surely not. I won't take them anyway. I don't want to take any kind of like speed or anything like that. I don't want that. It makes me feel gross and horrible, and I just don't like it. I don't think it's a good idea. And everybody I know that took a bunch of diet pills and lost a bunch of weight gained it back. So, whatever. But, I will tell him that I've been trying to lose weight the low carby way, and maybe he can give me some good advice or, I don't know, a better dieting scheme or something. But I think getting my blood pressure under control is going to make a difference as far as how I feel, because it's very hard to like walk on the treadmill when you have a pounding headache all the time. Yeah, that really sucks. And so I haven't been walking on the treadmill because I either have a pounding headache or I have worked in the yard that day, and that's enough. I don't want to overdo it. And we've had a lot of downfall. You can probably see behind me the stuff that needs picked up there and the huge amount of stuff we've picked up there. And we've not been able to burn, like we like to because of the burn ban and stuff. So we have to wait for kind of a couple of rainy days and then burn. And that's going to be that's a huge pile, and it's going to make a huge fire and go up and maybe bother that tree. So we'll probably have to move some of this or burn it in smaller batches. So anyway, I think that's about it, you guys. I just kind of wanted to tell you why I've not really been around, because I've just been kind of trying to come to terms with having to go get on medicine, and I hate the thought of that. There's a fly or a bee or something. I just really hate the thought of being on medicine every day. And I know a lot of people have to take it all their life. I mean, three of my grandparents were insulin dependent diabetics. I know taking medicine is the right thing to do. And I know that sometimes you really need it. But I was just hoping I wouldn't have to do that. I was hoping I could lose weight and, make some lifestyle changes and that do the trick. Um, but it didn't. It didn't do the trick. Obviously, I need some actual real medicine. And I also have, fluid retention issues, and that's been going on 20 years too. After a day driving, like a long day driving, say I drive 4 or 5 hours, then I do something, and then I drive 4 or 5 hours. After a day like that, my feet and ankles have like stage 2 or stage 3 pitting edema. So, not if I wear my compression socks, but if I don't wear my compression socks, they swell like dangerously. They're horrible. So, I'm going to tell the doctor about that, see if I can't get something for the swelling and get something for my blood pressure and try to get on track and get to feeling better. And I think that feeling better and not having a headache will help me exercise and stay on track on my diet a little better. Although, honestly, I am just so not into dieting right now that that's why it's not being successful, because I'm not doing well because I don't want to. And I'm real bad about that. Like, if I'm not in the mood, if I'm not like, yay, let's go, let's do it, I'm like, meh. And then I just don't stick to it like I should. I know y'all sympathize with me, right? You do the same thing sometimes, don't you? Uh, it's people's diets. It's so weird. If you're overweight, you have to watch what you eat. If you're underweight, you have to be sure to eat. If you're diabetic, you have to eat special stuff. If you're hypo or hyperglycemic and all these different things, if you have a food allergies, oh my God, food allergies are the worst. Everything from shellfish to gluten. It's just people's diets. It's just such a challenge in modern society with all this overabundance of food. We still have trouble finding things that we can eat that are healthy for us. I don't know. It's just weird. It seems like everybody's got something, some kind of dietary issue. And like life's not complicated enough without dietary issues. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and get the house all cleaned up and get ready for the weekend and everything. And maybe I'll do a little vlog tomorrow about the doctor's appointment and let y'all know how it goes. So far, right now, I'm feeling okay. But then, I think that's kind of like when I was in the hospital for so long. When I finally started getting better, I was like, wait a minute, what's wrong? I feel weird. And I didn't feel horrible. I had felt so bad for so long that I didn't know what it was like to feel normal anymore. And I think maybe my blood pressure got me like that. I think maybe I really, really need to redefine normal, if that's possible. So thanks for coming with me on my morning ramble, just walking around the yard, letting you know what's up with me. Um, and let me show you this. This is so cute. Uh, we got the old truck out. We pulled it out and cleaned it off and give a little service and got it kind of not really road ready again, but we're getting there. And so after I got it all cleaned up inside and out, I wanted to put a sun visor on the windshield so that it wouldn't get super hot in there now that it's not parked in the shade. And if you can see, it's already gotten dusty. If you can see, it's the guys from Star Wars are driving the truck. Yeah. Okay, you guys, thanks for joining me. And until next time, y'all be sweet.